That's what George Mallory said in 1923 when interviewed by a New York Times reporter why he would take such a great risk in climbing Mount Everest. He asked him why he would risk his life to climb just a mountain, and he said, why would we travel to the moon? Why would we explore the deepest parts of the ocean? And he simply said, because it's there. And Mount Everest, that's the mountain. Next. Well, okay. So basically, there's many different feats and dangers when climbing Mount Everest. A few of them are the weather, the cost, and climbing the mountain itself. So the first one is the weather. There's basically two different seasons on Mount Everest. The first one, between the months of March and July, is the summer months, and between September and February are winter months. What makes up these months is based on the jet stream that goes over the Himalayas. In the summer months, the jet stream goes off to the east, completely going past the Himalayas. And in the winter months, it goes back over the Himalayas, causing much more wind and coldness on the mountains, making it nearly impossible to climb. So in the summer months, the wind speed averages about 35 miles an hour on the mountain. And then in the winter months, it averages about 75 miles, making it nearly impossible to climb. The highest ever recorded wind speed was 175 miles an hour on the mountain. And then for the temperature, in the summer times, it averages about -2 degrees, and then the lowest it gets to about -15. And in the winter months, averages about -30 degrees, and then it gets down to about -40. The coldest it's ever been on Mount Everest was -100 degrees. Well, that's cold. The next would be the cost and equipment. It costs roughly between $45,000 and $60,000 to climb the mountain itself. The first big part of the fee would be the $11,000 just to climb the mountain. The Nepal government on the south side of the mountain charges $11,000 just to even attempt to climb the mountain. And then if you wanted to go cheaper, you can go on the north side of the mountain to Tibet for about $7,000, but most climbers choose the south side. A few different areas that cost money would be getting to Base Camp 1, and it's about a 2-week journey that costs about $4,000 to get there. The costs include renting yaks and staying at places called tea houses along the route, which campers would stay at over the night for food and water. Another cost that the climbers would have to pay for is oxygen tanks. Each climber requires about 5 to 6 oxygen tanks, costing about $500 each. And then also renting a mask, which costs about $550 each. And then one of the main costs, this is called an absolute zero jacket. Just that one jacket can get up to about $1,000 each. And that will protect you from anything up to like -50 degrees outside. And then all the other equipment will cost about another between $6,000 and $7,000 to climb. And then probably including the $60,000, $45,000 cost would be the random $10,000 people always include for like emergency evacuation insurance for the climbers, and then even getting to the Himalayas in the first place, traveling from the United States over to Asia, getting there. And the next fee would probably be the climbing fee. Now, when I asked many of you guys in class, what do you think makes Mount Everest so hard to climb? Many of you said the lack of oxygen, which you would be right. But climbing this 29,035 feet tall mountain takes a lot more than just oxygen tanks. Every year, 1 in 15 people die climbing it. Now, in a CNN article I read about, they interviewed Conrad Enkler and asked him what is the most dangerous part of climbing the mountain. And he simply said the Khumbu Ice Falls. He has climbed Mount Everest 3 times, and he said Khumbu Ice Falls is the most dangerous obstacle on any mountain on the planet. What makes it so dangerous are the crevices. These crevices can get as small as several feet across and 50 feet deep, to as wide as the side of a building, and then as deep as 100 yards. Just in the same CNN article, just in the year 2014, 16 people died climbing the Khumbu Ice Falls. And then another, on the same ice falls are many avalanches and giant ice rocks that fall. And this is just another picture of the crevices. All they have is just a ladder climbing across it, and that's it, no safety devices. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to climb the mountain itself. And then to attempt to climb the mountain, many people take about a year before that to train climbing other mountains on the planet. Now, You may think this seems hard and all the climb, but actually the youngest person to ever climb the mountain is 13 years old, named Jordan Rameau. He climbed the mountain back in 2002, and then also, so many people are reaching the top now. We have things called traffic jams. This is just a line of people waiting to reach the top of the summit and touch it to say they have climbed the tallest mountain on the planet. So basically, next time you're wanting to climb Mount Everest, remember these facts and take with money, the facts, and weather into consideration when attempting to ever climb the mountain.